Shalom and Shana Tova, everybody. Um, Today is a Rosh HaShanah, so it's very appropriate to learn about the laws of Rosh HaShanah. As mentioned in the time of the Rishonim, most Jews fasted on Erev Rosh HaShanah, and that's in the Shulchan Aruch and the Rambam. While today most do not, a few people still fast half the day, meaning until halachic midday, or until Plaga Mincha. Others give charity in place of fasting. Ashkenazi custom is to recite many more slichot on Erev Rosh Hashanah than on other days. The Sephardim, by the way, he doesn't mention it, have the longer slichot on Erev Yom Kippur instead of on Erev Rosh Hashanah. And they also say a lot more slichot on Yom Kippur itself in all the davenings, including Marif. So if Slichot begins before dawn, Tachnun is recited at the end of the Slichot service. Even then, Tachnun is not said following Shacharit, as Tachnun is normally not recited on Erev Yom Tov. If Slichot begins after dawn, Tachnun is not recited at the end of Slichos either. So that's just to differentiate between those Tachnuns. On Erev Rosh Hashanah, we do not blow the shofar, so as to distinguish the custom-based blasts of the month of Elul from the obligatory blast of Rosh Hashanah. So this is the opinion, the halachic opinion. There's another midrashic opinion, which is that the reason we don't is to confuse Satan. And one of my rabbis asked very cutely, he said, what, Satan doesn't have a calendar to know which day is which? And the book of Job actually starts with the day that was judgment, which was Rosh Hashanah. And so Satan obviously showed up. So the devil, right? So why would you say that it's to confuse him? And so the answer more or less is that we don't think that he doesn't really know what day it is. We just want to confuse him to say basically, we love the mitzvah so much, but we don't want to do it because we might think that it's not the preparatory one, but rather the one that is obligated by the Torah. So some are stringent and do not even practice blowing the shofar in Erev Rosh Hashanah. However, one who wants to practice may do so in a closed room. And I'm going to do that today, and hopefully nobody will hear me, but even if they do, they won't know what it is. Our neighbors, I don't think will hear me. It's not that loud. Since Rosh Hashanah is called sacred occasion, Mikra Kodesh, we honor it as we do Shabbat and holidays. We prepare for it by cleaning the home, doing the laundry, showering, preparing festival meals, and setting the table nicely. If one needs a haircut or a shave, it is a mitzvah to take care of it beforehand in honor of the holiday. So that you won't by Yom Kippur be even more wild hair, etc. As a good omen, in hopes that the upcoming year will be filled with abundance, it is customary to make particular good and plentiful food for Rosh Hashanah. To enable this, common practice was to slaughter many animals before Rosh Hashanah for the festival meals. In fact, Erev Rosh Hashanah is listed in the Mishnah as one of the 4 days of the year on which the most animals were slaughtered. Therefore, special care had to be taken to avoid slaughtering an animal and its offspring on the same day, which is forbidden according to the Torah. So that's a very interesting law. And since we talked about food, because it is now Wednesday and we want also to be able to cook for Shabbat fresh food on Thursday or Friday, then we have to do Eruv Tavshilin, which is one of the 7 commandments given to us by the rabbis. And the blessing is Asher Kidshanu Tzitav Al Mitzvat Eruv, and set apart 2 items of food to be eaten on Shabbat. The custom of many is to eat those things for Shal Shuras, so eggs or challah rolls or something like that, but we have to set it aside already today. Some have the custom of going to the mikvah on Erev Rosh Hashanah to purify themselves in anticipation of the Day of Judgment. One who wishes to follow this custom but finds it difficult may wash with 9 kavim, approximately 11 liters of water, instead. That is, he should stand in the shower while 9 kavim of water streams down on him without interruption. He should ensure that this water comes into contact with his entire body. And that helps where there isn't a men's mikvah anywhere close. It is customary to do Atarat Nedarim, nullification of vows on Erev Rosh Hashanah. During the recitation, future vows are disclaimed as well, as we will explain below in chapter 5. And so the big question that people have is, if I already did Hatarat Nedarim for future Nedarim that I might have done during the year, why do I have to keep repeating it every year? Maybe it should be just every other year. And the answer that I heard was that basically there are still some Nedarim that you made forgetting that you pre-annulled them. And so that's why we have to repeat it every year to make sure that any new ones that were absent-mindedly, etc., and we can't keep them anymore, should be done in that way. Now, since there is Shabbos coming, and I did not really want to talk about Shabbos, so I'll talk about the fast of Gedalia. So I just wanted to show you the verses in the end of the book of 2 Kings, because most people do not understand the background for this. So Gedalia was appointed by Nebuzaradan, the king of Babylon, or the executor of Babylon, and Vaishavalem Gedalia Ulan Shehem. So Gedalia reassured them and their men, saying, "Do not be afraid of the servants of the Chaldeans. Stay in the land and serve the king of Babylon, and it will go well with you." Okay, so he wasn't talking as a politician. He truly believed that because he was from the seed of the Davidic line, that his appointment was, even though it was just like governor, his appointment was to ensure the proper relationship with the Babylonians. And so the following verse is the verse that we basically understand. Vayhi b'chodesh hashvi. So whenever it says b'chodesh without saying which day of the month, we always assume that it's the first of the month. Just like when Miriam died, it said that she died on b'chodesh harishon. So we believe that she died on Rosh Chodesh Nisan. So b'chodesh hashvi, which is Rosh HaShanah, ba Ishmael ben Netanyah ben Yishama mizera melucha. Another person who thought that he should be appointed because he too was from the seed of David, and 10 men with him, and they killed Gedalia, and he died, and also all the men and Jewish men and Chaldeans that were with him in the castle. So the discussion in the Talmud is fascinating, because I never realized it from the verse. From the verse, it just says that Ishmael came and assassinated somebody on Rosh Hashanah. Like, why? How could that happen? And so, obviously, we don't fast on Rosh Hashanah because of the holiday, so we postpone it to the 3rd of Tishrei, and this year to the 4th, because Shabbat is the 3rd. So, what exactly was the background? So, the Gemara says something fascinating. The Gemara says that Gedalia wanted to show Ishmael that he has no bad feelings towards him, and he invited him for the Rosh Hashanah meal. And so Ishmael came to the dinner, but came with 10 men with him. And even though there were other people who warned Gedalia that this was a bad idea, he gave them the benefit of the doubt, and he did not accept Lashon Hara that Ishmael wants to kill him. And so he invited him to his house for Rosh Hashanah. The reason why it's so special for me is because I'm struggling with some people that are not helping our community the way that I think that they should. And so we're going to try to invite as many people as possible to show that there are no hard feelings. And I don't think that anybody will assassinate me. They don't hate me that much. But I think that this is a very, very good lesson to learn that that if you can stay safe, then of course do so. But otherwise, invite even people who might be called your enemy. So we'll stop here.
Good luck, Rabbi.
Thank you.